Hi, today I'm going to show you how to take an exam at Pacific Rim Early Childhood Institute using Proctorio. Proctorio is a browser extension that ensures academic honesty during the exam so that it can be fair for everyone. There are three main things you'll need to do the exam. A decent computer with a good internet connection. You'll need a piece of government-issued photo ID. And lastly, you'll need a private, well-lit room in which to do the exam. Private meaning there can't be anyone else in there. See, this is a pretty empty room I'm in. It's just me. And it's also well-lit. There are a few things you're not allowed during an exam. These include a notebook. You cannot take a notebook into the exam with you. You can't take a textbook in with you. You should not have a phone on you. Probably best to just turn your phone off or leave it in a different room. That will help avoid having any interruptions. And you should also not wear any headphones. Let's get started with the exam. The first thing you should do to make sure your computer is working to the best of its ability is restart. So on my computer I would go Start and then click on Restart. After you've done that, make sure you close any extra programs. The only program you should have open will be Google Chrome. So, in my case here, I have iTunes running. Close that up. And I've got another browser open. I don't need that open. I'll close that. And it's also good to check for any of these system trays or these other programs that are running in the background if you can. Like I have a virus scanner here. I'm going to temporarily turn that off. Just because I don't want it running in the middle of the exam, which will slow things down considerably. One last thing. To help you have the best internet connection possible, it might be a good idea to make sure that you ask everyone else in the household to try and not use the internet while you're taking your exam. So don't be watching Netflix or anything like that, if possible. And I'm now going to open up Google Chrome. So I'm going to go to my email with the instructions on how to do the exam. And about halfway through, it says Before Exam, there's a link to Proctorio extension. So I'm going to need to download and install that extension. It's pretty easy. I'll just click the link. It takes me to the Chrome Web Store, and there's a button at the top right that says Add to Chrome. Let's add Proctorio. Yep, add extension. And it'll download it for a couple seconds. And then install it automatically. And there it says Proctorio has been added to Chrome. Close that window. And I can close this tab entirely. Alright, now I've got Proctorio installed in my browser. And it's all ready to go. It's not doing anything yet though. So you won't notice any change yet. And now I'm going to click on the link to the exam. It might be different spot in the email for you. So it takes me to Pacific Rim's website and asks me to log in using my student ID and password. So it reminds me about some of the rules, and it says when you're ready, you may begin the exam. If it's your first time, it's a good idea to take the practice quiz. This is just like a regular exam using Proctorio, except for it's not for any grades. And so that's what I'm going to do today, just to give you an idea of how it works. So this is what you do to take that practice quiz. Just press this link. And it reminds me about some of the requirements. And then at the bottom there's this link. It says Begin Proctorio Checks for the Practice Quiz. So it's taking me to Proctorio. Proctorio's website, and they are giving me some instructions about how they're going to record my screen and record using my camera, and I won't be able to copy and paste or things like that. And so I just scroll down, read through all those instructions, and then down here at the very bottom it says, before you can continue, please do the following. Close all browser tabs and windows. Oops, yeah, they're right. I do have an extra tab open, don't I? So I can just close that, and that warning went away. There might be other warnings for you, and you can just follow their instructions. And if you want, you may need to talk to Proctorio's support. But that was the only problem I had. So I'm going to press Start Exam Pre-checks. So it's just making sure my web camera, microphone, and other things are working properly. Now it's asking me to share my screen with Proctorio. This is necessary in order for Proctorio to make sure I'm not cheating or anything like that. So you just click on the screen you want to share, and then click Share. And there you can see my face again. But before we talk about anything up top here, I want to talk about what's going on at the bottom here. Well, it says Proctorio is sharing your screen. There's a big tempting button that says Stop Sharing. You do not click this button. Clicking this button will make the exam stop, because Proctorio will no longer be able to make sure you're not cheating using the screen sharing. So do not ever click this button. It might be a good idea, in fact, to click Hide, just so you're not tempted. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to click Hide. There we go. Now you can keep going. Right, next. It's asking for my photo ID. I just go fetch my photo ID and I hold it up in front of the camera, get it to about the right size in front of that green square. And there it took a picture. And I just scroll down. I think that looks pretty legible to me. And I'm going to click Next. Then it says Webcam Image Test. So they're going to do a test, but I'm already noticing that my lighting isn't the best in this room. It's a little bit dark. So I actually, ahead of time, knowing that the lighting wasn't too good in this room, I got a lamp from a different room, brought it in, and I'm going to turn it on right now. And that helped quite a bit, I think. It's important in order for Proctorio to work properly, for the room to be well lit, so that they can see your eyes and see that. So I'm ready for the webcam image test. So for this, I'm just going to smile and look right at my webcam for a few seconds. Okay, stop smiling, and it moved right on ahead to the next step. So I guess that all worked okay. Good. Room scan. So at the very beginning of the exam, so not just yet, I'll be asked to take a room scan. So click Agree. And this all looks pretty good. I'm going to click Begin Exam now. This actually takes me to the exam instructions page. So the timer hasn't started. There might be a few more instructions on this page here, but seeing how this is just the quiz, there's not really any more instructions. So I just click Begin Practice Quiz, or if it's an exam, we begin exam. Okay. Now it says, sorry for the interruption. Your institution has enabled intelligent room scanning for this exam. We need you to take your camera and show your test environment. That's really. So I'm going to click Start Scan. And I'm going to move my camera around slowly. anyways, and then when I'm all done, I just click done. Great. So now I can do the exam. So a couple things to notice. In the top right here, it says there's a timer. It says I have 2 hours, 3 minutes remaining. Anyway, so you just answer the questions. Is it okay to have a dark room during an exam? No. It should be loud. Is it okay to leave the room when doing the exam? No. Is it okay for other people to be in the room during the exam? No. In my case, we have kids around, so I'm doing this when they're all asleep. I think that's a good time to do it. What will happen if exam instructions are not followed? You could fail the exam. Anyways, when we're all done, all those questions, you just click confirm and submit. Just to note that some exams could be very short. Some of them might only be one question. So don't be surprised about that. But they're all on this one page, and when you click confirm and submit, the exam will end. There you go. So I just finished my practice quiz. So practice quiz complete. And there's a link here, a button that says go to real exam preparation page. And if I click that, it takes me back to where I was a while ago. And remember I clicked this button here to go to the practice quiz. Well, now if I wanted, I could instead begin the actual exam. But the actual exam is pretty well all the same as the practice quiz, except for it's for your grade. And I think that's about it. Hope these instructions were helpful to you, and best of luck to you.